Good morning, everyone. I am doing another Easter science experiment this morning. I'm going to turn this way. I'm trying to sit in the sun. So I'm going to actually start out by reading the Bible verse, and then we'll do the experiment. So this comes from Luke 23, starting with verse 35. And this is all happening right before Easter. The people stood there watching. The Jewish leaders made fun of Jesus. They said, "He is the chosen one, the Christ. Let him save himself. He saved other people, didn't he?" Even the soldiers made fun of him. They came to Jesus and offered him some vinegar. They said, "If you are the king of the Jews, save yourself." At the top of the cross, these words were written, "This is the King of the Jews." One of the criminals began to shout insults at Jesus. "Aren't you the Christ? Then save yourself and save us too." But the other criminal stopped him. He said, "You should fear God. You are getting the same punishment as he is. We are punished justly and we should die. But this man has done nothing wrong." Then the criminal said to Jesus, "Jesus, remember me when you come into the kingdom." Then Jesus said to him, "Listen, what I say is true. Today you will be with me in paradise." It was about noon, and the whole land became dark until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There was no sun. The curtain of the temple was torn into 2 pieces. Jesus cried out in a loud voice, "Father, I give you my life." Then after Jesus said this, he died. So for our experiment today, I am going to switch the camera here. And I have this jar. It is in the shape of an Easter egg, as you can see. I'm going to take the lid off. And hold on, not yet. I'm going to pour some of this acetone nail polish remover into the jar. So I have that. So I'm going to put that into the jar. I don't know how much we need. We'll try that. Okay. Now, my helper, May, is going to put a piece of styrofoam into the jar. Now? Go ahead. And as you can see, if it works right, it's not working right, of course. Well,
what's happening? Why are we not doing that?
Well, it's supposed to make it disappear. It must be some pretty hardy styrofoam. So, the idea was that styrofoam was supposed to disappear. That is the way the experiment was supposed to work. But it is not. But we'll talk about it anyway. We read the verse about Jesus dying on the cross. Hold on a second.
It's barely fitting.
Jesus died on the cross, and this was a very lonely time for Jesus because all of his followers, people who were praising him before, just a few days before, we talked about how everybody, when they were coming into town, he was praising them. They were now not being kind to him. And so he died on the cross, but Jesus knew that he was dying on the cross to save us from our sins and to make our sins... Try a smaller piece? To make our sins disappear.
So we put a smaller piece in there to see if it worked a little better.
Yeah. All right, so that's this week's science lesson. That styrofoam must have been coated in something. But have a great week. See you later.